So will this policy change? Very possible. Hi, you're welcome to another episode on our Innovator Founders slash Business Visa series. I am Ebudage Peace Mercy, and we'll be talking about something quite different today. I'll be making some form of analysis on some specific visa categories within the UK immigration system that has been scrapped. Well, it's not news if you've been following the Home Office's updates. In fact, it'll be still news to you. But I had to bring this up because we get some sort of questions as regards persons who just want to invest into the UK's economy and be on or get some form of visas that can either allow them be on a pathway to ILR or just some form of visas that would give them ILR either almost immediately or in the future. I'm aware some countries have visa categories like that. For instance, the US has visa categories like that. Canada has visa categories like that, and of course, a few other European as well as what are they called, Caribbean countries as well. So let's get to this. So in looking at possible reasons for the change or possible reasons for the change, the first on my list would be, that's the first for me, would be to curb or to, it can't be stopped, yeah, but just to curb money laundering and other illicit financial activities from continuous happening or continuous taking place in that sense. So you would agree with me that once the minimum amount of entry for a particular visa category is sort of high, there's a possibility that a lot of persons would come into the UK, or a lot of immigrants would come into the UK with monies gotten from fraudulent or illicit business activities in their home countries. And of course, it would not speak well, like overall outlook to the UK's economics in terms of their financial outlook at the end of the day. If they keep on getting requests for, this person brought in so and so amount of money and was embezzled, blah blah blah. If that keeps on coming in, then it does not tell well about their own ability to carry out checks and balances. One. Secondly, it just diminishes the trust of other genuine investments in the future. This thing is very big, actually. If you listen to an economist talk to you about this, how money laundering activities affects a country's economic or financials in the long run, you're going to find out that it's actually a very big deal, right? So I'm not an economist, so I may not be able to really break it down, but it's actually a very big deal. So that could be one of the reasons why we have the change. So my second would be strategic. This would be more of a strategic reason to attract a different breed, type, or kind of entrepreneurs. You would also agree with me that the kind of entrepreneurs that come into your country and just buy up probably a property or make a very huge investment in maybe a company or any business and all that. Those kind of persons, those kind of investors, they're actually investors, but they're quite different from that entrepreneur who starts something new and innovative and then sees to it that that new and innovative thing succeeds, right? So this would be the Home Office trying to strategically, shift their focus in terms of the kinds of entrepreneurs they want to attract into the UK. So vis-a-vis having persons come in and quote and unquote just dump money. I think I'm already going to my third reason, right? Quote and unquote just dump money into the economy, right? You now have entrepreneurs who would come in and then start something innovative, create more jobs, increase the ratings in terms of the amounts of technological advancements that are happening in the UK. So all these are, strategic reasons and just food for thought. Imagine you're the one in charge of your small town, let me put it that way. Or so you would agree with me that it would be more beneficial for you or to you if you have persons who come in and set up activities, business activities that would solve unemployment or reduce unemployment, and the long run also increase your cumulative GDP in your small community. So just look at it that way. That it would rather have persons who are starting up new things, doing new innovative things to solve challenges within our system, and also give the UK that outlook of being a hub for innovation and technology and all that. This in itself is like a magnet, one, for investors. And of course, when a country or when a particular location is tagged as this is the hub you go for innovative things and technological advancements, and what you have or what you have not, you would notice that it's going to affect everything around that, because everybody want to associate themselves with that particular. It's just like let me use Silicon Valley now for an example, as an example. So now let's talk about the impact of this change, of which we've already started seeing, like we're seeing some of the impacts already. I would argue that these impacts are more, it's more positive, or it's more of positivity for immigrants or the immigrant community that are looking at, in getting into the UK via investment and business routes, and all that. It's more positive, compared to, you have more positives compared to the negatives in this. And why I say so is this. So let's say, for instance, when you had a minimum entry to any of the business or investment categories to be, let's say, £50,000, that has already served as a big filter for persons who can apply. So what that would mean is that it doesn't matter if you have something upstairs, so long as you don't have up to £50,000 and above. You can't come into the UK to set up your own business, do your own business, or invariably at the end of the day, you're actually investing in the UK at the end of the day, whether you set up, do new things, or bring in monies and all that. It's just that the type of investment is different. So it makes it easier for new entries to come in, or for new immigrants to come in, because what that means is I can come in so long as I have an innovative, idea, something that is innovative and can be sustained and can be profitable and can scale and all that. If yeah, of course there'll be negatives. So the negatives will be looking at stricter rules in terms of the criteria or criterion for selection would be much more stricter compared to when all you just need is money. Just bring money in and come in and just pass the money laundry check and then just come in. Right now you have to, in fact, you have to be going through a body, then you now go and meet home office day of judgment. But that just shows you how the rules are a bit more strict. Yeah, because the criterion for selection right now is more intentional, towards fulfilling a certain need. And then there's this thing that I usually say, I think a lot of immigrants forget this. Doesn't matter the country you're actually going to, right? Whatever visa category you're applying for, first, especially long-term and permanent residency visas, right? Those visa categories were, let me put it this way, they were made, or they were tailored for specific reasons. And you, the immigrant, you don't come first. Economy of that country, their citizens, they come first. So it's first what is going to benefit our economy before how will this immigrant benefit from something that's benefiting our economy. I hope you get that. So if you look at it from that angle, it would help you, one, be a little bit more patient. Secondly, to help you be a little bit accommodating. You not really get angry when some changes just come up, and perhaps you're in the middle of something, or in the middle of an application, and then an immigration body just wakes up and makes a big change, boom, you're not a person on their mind. They don't have any allegiance whatsoever to you. The Home Office or the immigration bodies are government agencies of that particular country. So they did not swear to serve you. Let me put it that way. So if you have that in mind, right, it would help your success better because you'd have the reason or the purpose for that visa category in mind. So everything you'd be doing at the end of the day would be going in line with that particular visa category. So bring this narrative straight on into the innovator visa category, innovator founder visa category. It will help you be more successful in your application. So will this policy change? Very possible. One thing that we can be very sure about is how um, should I call it flexible? I'm looking for the right word now. How no immigration policies, like, they change every day. You can just wake up, something has changed, right? And these policy changes are influenced by a lot of things. So the possibility that we may later on, maybe in this, even in this year 2024, or the next year or the coming years, we may get to see that these other the visa categories that they've stopped taking in new applications for, it's now open for new applications. It may happen, and that may be because of what they've noticed. So when a change is made, it's like we are watching, we're trying to see how this is going to benefit our economy in the long run. If it's not benefiting the economy, if it's not serving its purpose, that's the word. If it's not serving its purpose, then we have to change pattern, we have to change tactic. We just have to find something that works. So if it's not serving its purpose, then we definitely have to change our pattern or change tactics. And one way you can notice, or you can be able to follow the trend to be able to predict policy changes, of course, you listen to parliament or legislative suggestions that, oh, we're suggesting that this is passed into law and all that around immigration. You listen to those, and then you listen to public statement from government officials, and then listen to economic the analysis on how that particular immigration pathway affects the economy. So you would be able to have a hint on, oh, this is most likely going to change you. So let me take advantage of it, like in a Nigerian condition, sharp, sharp. Let me take advantage of it. So yeah, that's what I think. Those are things I think may affect the changes. So what does this mean for you? I remember early on in the year 2024, one of the things we were advising our community was to listen to what immigration is saying, so you'd be able to know how to position yourself in terms of the visa categories you should be monitoring, like, okay, you should be targeting to apply for, because when there's a lot of emphasis, or when there are a lot of emphasis on a particular visa category, and then there are lots of maybe possibly a lot of changes are taking place, either positively on both sides or negatively on one side, that's towards the immigrant community, right? It will give you a cue on what to do. So it will be counterproductive right now if, as an immigrant, you're looking at putting up together a lot of pounds, a lot of hundreds of thousands of pounds to buy up a property in the UK, and it's not for investment purposes. You're looking out for pathways towards getting a visa or ILR. Right now, it's not going to work. So going with the changes, of course, you can't even apply for, you can't launch new applications for those visa categories anymore. But some persons do some very funny things, and I call them very funny, but persons do some very funny things. So when you listen to what immigration is saying, you know how to position yourself. That's one. Secondly, it would also mean that because a lot of emphasis is being placed on innovative ideas and innovation and technology and all that, you can actually take advantage of it right now, because it would not last forever, right? So you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? So the policy may change tomorrow, and you as an entrepreneur may be required to bring in £100,000 or £50,000 or £150,000 to start up something, like start up a business and all that. So that would mean that if you don't have that money, you can't apply for that visa category anymore. So now that the rule is just something that has to do with your brains, I mean, everybody can use their brains. So it means that you should actually take advantage of these rules when they are a bit flexible or much more favorable for you or to you, depending on what your long-term, short-term goals. I think I said something about that in one, in our previous videos on when I talked about how to enter the market and all that. You can look through the page for that particular video, so we don't make this video extremely or unnecessarily long. That's the word. So yeah, these are my thoughts. I'd like to hear yours. What do you think? What do you think? Thank you for staying through the end of this video. And please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next videos. Thank you.